When 50-year-old Ramesh Verma passed away, his wife and 2 children were suddenly caught in a huge financial crisis. They owned 2 flats, but the papers were not with them. Similarly, his documents of investment in shares, mutual funds and gold were also lying in the bank lockers, but Verma's family was unaware of these things. The most important thing was that Verma had not written any will in order to know who would be the real heir of his property. Money9's exclusive show Take It Easy will tell you why a will is necessary and how you can save your family from legal hassles through a will. As the old saying goes, where there is a will, there is a way. But in the absence of a property prepared will, the road ahead can be difficult at times. There are many famous tales on quarrel between family members over property. This dispute of inheritance increases when there is no will. It is important not only to earn and maintain wealth, but it is also important that wealth is distributed among the people for whom it is earned. This is why the distribution of wealth is considered important in financial planning. Will is an important part of financial planning. According to PRS legislative research, more than 4.5 crore cases are pending in the courts of India as of 15 September 2021. Many of these cases may be related to real estate. It takes years to settle such cases. Legal hassles can be avoided by making a will. Let us understand the importance of a will. So what is a will? A will is a document which ensures that after death, the property is distributed according to your wishes. The person in whose name the will is named after the death of the testator, that is, the person making the testament, becomes the heir to his property and business. A will can be prepared on a plain paper. It is necessary that it is signed. The person writing the will can get it revoked or modified at any point in life. A will is always effective after the death of the testator. If you want, you can take the help of a lawyer to prepare your will. Why is it necessary to make a will? None of us want to think about death. But as the famous American philosopher Benjamin Franklin had said, nothing is certain except death and taxes. In that sense, shouldn't making a will be an important part of our resolutions? That too at a time when Corona had made us understand the value of life. For those people who have properties and want to transfer them easily to the next generation, it is very important to prepare a will. But this task is usually overlooked. Any person can ensure through a will that his properties are divided among his heirs exactly as he wants. A will also protects against conflict and litigation between the heirs over property. How is a will prepared? To write a will, first prepare a list of all your assets. Categorize your assets into movable or immovable properties. Movable property includes things like cash, shares or bonds, while land and flats come under immovable property. Apart from this, also mention your jewelry. If you have any liability till the time the will is written, then mention that as well. The second important thing is the selection of the executor. The executor is the person who is responsible for implementing the things written in the will after the death of the testator. He should not be the beneficiary of the will, post which 2 witnesses must be selected. What to keep in mind while making a will? Tax and investment expert Balwant Jain explains that in a will, details about all the assets should be given in detail so that no doubts arise later. Apart from this, give full details of those who are made heirs in the will. Suppose you make a will today and death occurs after 10 to 15 years, then your property can increase in this period. In such a situation, there should also be a clause on who should get the property you have earned during this period and how much. Registration of a will is not necessary. However, the will must be signed. Apart from the sign, it is necessary to have 2 witnesses. If possible, one of the 2 witnesses should be a doctor so that tomorrow there is no dispute as to whether the testator was in a stable mental condition when the will was made. In addition, the executor should also be appointed. Can a will be challenged? Jain says that it is absolutely true that the will can be challenged. This can be done for any reason. You can have a doctor as a witness to reduce the chances of the will being challenged in court. Also, getting the will videographed while making the will, getting the will registered helps reduce the risk. If possible, the will should also be registered so that the authenticity of the will increases. To get the will registered, the testator has to go to the registrar's office and sign it. This confirms the will is not fake. Money9 suggests making a will is an important stage of financial planning. In the will, you should specify who should own your property after your death and in what proportion. Make sure your signatures and of the witnesses are on all the pages of the will. An important point while choosing witnesses is that they should be your friends, neighbors, or your associates and not beneficiaries in the will.